Hi, Leo. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. I'm so happy to have you here. My name is Lenor, and I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. So, Leo, you can see it. I can see it. We have the Two of Cups. We have that love energy. Now, I'm not going to promise this is going to be a reading about romantic love. You might be saying, yes, thank goodness, I don't want to hear about that. Or maybe, you're hoping that you're going to get some infos on what might be going on, right? What kind of circumstances will you find yourself in with your crushes, your established relationships, your family life, this kind of thing. Even our passions, our joys, our aspirations, our, star energy, right? So I'm happy to see this card. Of course I am. And I hope that you are too. Which, I wouldn't be surprised that you would be pretty happy. I don't know, this time of the year, there's something, it's like an old kind of love, right? Some of that excitement of the beginning of summer, of winter, wherever you are. We have this impulse, right? This high energy, this, I think, the hopefulness of a new season. And all the sense of freedoms and enjoyments that can come in these transitions, right? But then we get to those dogged days of late summer, and everything is past its peak, right? We're starting to see some of the colors changing here. I noticed some yellow in the trees a little bit the other day. And so it is a different kind of love, right? It is one that is maybe a little less youthful, but still intense, slow burning, right? We're not fully in cuffing season, which is what we used to call, right, the fall, when you would couple up. You'd find your person, you get all snuggled in for the winter, right? Or coupling up for the summer. You're going to go do some fun stuff together. You're going to party. You're going to this, you're going to that. And we're not there yet. But I do think that we're getting into that place where we're starting to think like, yeah, I'm kind of slowing down a little bit here. Or speeding up, right? If you're in the southern hemisphere. So I do. I think that there's a change in just kind of your fondness. Isn't that a funny word to use? Your fondness for things. You just feel, to me, my dearest Leo, like somebody who wants to get back to enjoying life. Yeah, wants to get back to enjoying life. I think that's where we're at. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to take a look here, and I want to say thank you again for deciding to click on this reading. I know things have been weird and scattered over here. I'm always thinking, yeah, we'll be all set up. We're ready to go. I'm going to be filming a lot during summer. I was so wrong. I filmed less and less. I just have been so busy, right? We all have been, huh? And so I'm hoping that as now I'm in my new little studio space, my daughter's going back to school, I will have more time. So thank you for putting up with the erratic schedule. And if you want to support the channel in any way, you can hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm, or leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and think about doing that so you don't miss any of your readings. All right. So I feel like there is a sense of duty here. Almost kind of, I feel like you're tied to the land or the area that you're in. You might be a person that is kind of like really proud of where you're from. You know, I kind of am too. I think, you know, some of us are anyways. I'm from East Sac, so East Sacramento. And you know, Californians, we love to tell people, oh, hell yeah, I'm from California. I grew up in California. But I do feel like you're somebody who is tied to the area or the land that you live on. It feels like an established lineage there. There is like a sense of generations of people. Now I'm looking in here. It almost looks like a little valley. Now to me, what that says is, now we know that people of any time are often known to, right? And I mean this collectively as people, not just a individual person, collectively go to waterways, right? And places where things are growing abundantly. They have shelter from, you know, water events or storms, weather events, things that are going on that are out of your control. So you find a place to go, right? That is lush. You know, I don't know, there are readily available materials to start building, you know, hunting, gathering, all these kinds of things. So when I see the little valley and it's tucked away like this, it tells me that there is a sense of responsibility to the work that your ancestors, your elders, the people that you are blood related to, but also through community, right? It might be that you are in a pretty, not small community, but like a very tight community, right? And so I do feel like there is a sense of you being kind of a patron of this lifestyle, of this landscape. Maybe it is like an actual home that's been in the family for years. Maybe it is a business. It could be that, you know, you live in a town somewhere that you have an established role within the community via family. You know, your family has been involved. Maybe they have been in politics or, you know, law enforcement or, you know, I don't know, maybe you have like a whole lineage of like librarians that have always ran the library in town or something. But I do feel like for you, there is a sense of pridefulness here, but also innovation. And that's the big thing that I'm feeling, is that there's a sense of wanting to stick to, you know, the tradition of being where you are and putting into it, investing of yourself into this larger thing. But I also think that you have some good ideas about how to kind of adjust for, you know, the modern, what's going on now. But also, you know, you might be like I've seen a lot of this, you know, we all have, but companies, businesses, like little restaurants, whatever it is, and they've been in the family for years and they've relied upon the community to, you know that they're there and to patronize them. But in this modern era, I would dare to say, there is maybe a little bit less kind of loyalty to brands, which isn't a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. But I do think that, you know, there is a struggle, especially if you're a local business or a small business, to get people to, you know, keep coming in. You keep coming and you know, needing your goods or whatever your services are. And so I feel that for you, you really see like, okay, we got to adjust how we're doing things. Now, if this is not like a business or whatever, it could be that, yeah, you're bringing the family name, the family lineage into this new era. And so I do feel like, and we have a person sitting up, if you could see, there's like kind of this cliff overlooking this area right here, and sitting and kind of ruling over the thing. It is kind of really that emperor energy. And so to me, this is all about you learning to be in the role of leadership, whatever it is that you are involved in, right? And so maybe it is like mom and dad, they're getting older. You're stepping up, taking care of things, figuring out what's going to happen in the future. What are we going to do with their house when they, transcend, or they have to, maybe go into a place where they need a little bit more care or whatever it is. I feel like you are the person that will be in charge of really kind of reshaping what life looks like, right? Like what new way of living, that we're all going to have to adjust to, right? And that happens, if we realize it or not, everything is changing all the time. Nothing stays the same. We are always readjusting. Usually it's pretty minor, right? All of our variables throughout the day, they're shifting. And we are trying to, get in that mode of being the duck, right? And that's what the duck symbolizes to me, is somebody who can roll with the waves, the punches, the, inconveniences, the little disasters. We have the number 7 down here. So I know that there is a certain amount of luck coming into the situation, but I do feel, and this is really, I think, the big kind of revelation. I think it is like a revelation. I feel like just the moment where you're realizing, I can do this. I can do it. Not only can I do it, I want to do it. I want to do this. I want to be the one that people can trust, the one that people can rely on. I want to hold my family. I want to carry my family when I have to. I want to be, fully devoted to growing this life in a way that is beneficial not only to you, but to the people around you that you care for. And I think that you do. You care for a lot of people. You take care of a lot of people in your life. And by a lot, I mean a few, right? Anybody that's a caretaker or, mom, dad, or grandma, grandpa, or whatever, it's a lot of work to take care of people. And taking care of 5 people, that's a lot of people. Taking care of mom, dad, the kids, the grandkids, your spouse, whatever. We all have people that at times, and I'm not saying it's always, you're not, a nurse coming in every day and doing it. Maybe you might be, but I don't think so. What I do think is that you show up. You take mom to the doctor. Your brother's sick. So you take over food to your sister-in-law to help her because she has 3 young kids. The neighbor down the street is having, a foot surgery and can't get their kid to drop off in time. So you'll do it. Because you want to. You know what I mean? And I'm using these as examples. And it might just be like you're sitting here saying, hey, Lenor, that ain't no thing. That's just what we do as people that are, trying to be helpful to one another. That is just regular, normal behavior. Guess what? It's not. It's not. Get on your social media. Ask people, how much help do you have? Who's showing up for you? And I'll tell you what, a lot of people have no one. A lot of people are out here eking it out, figuring it out, struggling, and nobody is showing up for them. They might be married. They might have, tiny kids they're taking care of, and not their parents aren't showing up for them, their spouse or significant other, or maybe who knows? They might not even be living in the household with them. There are so many people out here that have nobody showing up for them. So let me stop and say this to you, Leo. You are something special. You are something special. You are a light in this often dark world. And you know that, you solar baby. But you are. You're a light in this often dark world. You take care of yours. You show up. That is a rarity. Now, you might be saying, I don't always do the right thing, Lenor. Well, who does? You got to make it fun. Come on. You got to make it fun. Sometimes we're like the best helpers. We're also, also the most all over the place and just up and down and going here, going there, The thing I love about Leos, and correct me if I'm wrong, you all are super fun with kids. Like taking my daughter to, she has a coach. And this is one of the people I'm thinking of. That's a Leo. And very fun, silly, involved person, right? With all the kids. And just has that. The thing about Leo is that you have that innocence. There's just like that wonder, that ability to snap into that sense of wonder, exploration. Like you are the type of person who's getting down on the floor and playing with them kids, right? You're not going to sit off to the side on your phone saying, oh, that's nice, baby. I'm looking at myself. Sometimes that's me. But you're going to be down there. You're getting involved, man. And, I feel like people are drawn to you. I feel like this makes you somebody who is super accessible for all kinds of people because there's a sense of play. There's a sense of lightness. There's a sense of also really like radical honesty in that kind of energy, right? Because if you think of kids and how they maybe communicate without the filter, I feel like when you come into this space of play and enjoyment and excitability and, oh, I'm so into this new thing, I have a new favorite, fixation or special interest or whatever, this allows for us to be more honest. I don't know why. Maybe because we are less inhibited, but I feel like you're really good at saying the truth, just how you see something or how you experienced it, but in a way that does not feel mean or angry or judgmental or accusatory. You are a soft person with other people. You are loving and empathetic. And I think that is such a rare quality as well. So I'm going to look right here and show you. We have what looks like a little angel, okay? You can kind of see the little, what are they called? Robe. Yeah, like I'm thinking kind of that traditional Christology type imagery of the young angel or young person in the, in the robe and wearing the little, angel halo for like the kids' Sunday school play type of deal. So I do feel like there is a sense of really being unburdened. I feel like you feel angelic. And it's funny that it shows up like this because it's not like an angel who is appearing like a, what we would consider a quote unquote real angel, right? This is a person who is dressed as an angel. So I do feel like you have really, really tried to embody that energy. Okay. And what does that look like? I think it is of being of service, being honest, living in your honor, your dignity, your virtue. Okay. So right now, I feel like you are really in this era of being a very authentic being and being comfortable with doing that. Learning here. And okay, so I have to say, when I started this process of getting the reading together, in my mind, I kept getting the words people pleaser, people pleaser, people pleaser. Okay. And I feel like, here's the deal. You are a people pleaser in recovery, right? You are recovering from being a people pleaser, but that doesn't mean that you're not a kind person. You are still a very thoughtful person, a very loving, authentic, empathetic, just safe. And I feel like stable, consistent, all the things, right? All the things that we need in friends and family and in our relationships, our coworkers. We don't often find that. Right? If you know somebody that is like you're like a highlight in somebody's life. You are somebody that is remembered, right? And so I feel like this has been your goal. I wonder if you had gotten off course a little bit. I wonder if maybe something or somebody in your life just kind of, and this happens, right? When we're paired with the wrong person or we've been in a situation too long and things have really changed and it's not the right place to be anymore. This is not the right person to be in my life or people. Maybe it's like a work environment. You were doing the job. You were, kind of losing yourself through it all. But I do feel like this is a real time and push on your part to get back to yourself, right? Shedding all of the stuff that kind of got grouped up. Now, we also have, we have a few names on here. It looks like we have... And I keep thinking this is the name Jerry for some reason. Jerry, right in here. Jerry, right in there. Jerry. Now, we also have the number 2003. So 2003. Oh my gosh, that seems like a long, long ago. I think that's when I graduated. Did I graduate then? Or maybe it was 2004? I don't remember. Isn't that terrible? I don't even remember when I graduated high school or college. I didn't graduate college. If I remember that, then something in the timeline is off. We also have the number 44. 4 seems to be a really important number for you coming up this next period of time. Now, the other name that I keep sensing and want to convey to you is this name Casey. Casey, something like this. And there's something about like a small ring. It almost reminds me of like, my daughter has some like mood rings that are shaped like, like a butterfly or a heart or whatever. It almost kind of reminds me of something like this. It's not like a wedding or an engagement ring. It's not a mood ring, but there is emotionality attached to it. So it's something sacred. I feel like maybe it was lost or maybe misplaced, but it seems like It seems like this ring is trying to find its way back into your psyche. It seems like it's probably in your home. I'm guessing it's somewhere in your home. Maybe it's like in a box or, at the bottom of the jewelry chest or whatever. So I don't feel like it doesn't seem like it's something like your great grandmother gave you, but it does feel like a gift. But I'm almost wondering if this is like having something to do with like a friend that gave it to you. And I keep seeing just the imagery, not in the bowl. This person holding the ring in their fingertips like this, like they're, oh, here, I have it like this. They're holding it like this, and they're showing it to me. She seems to have dark hair, like long dark hair. Quiet. I almost wonder if this was like a friend from high school, not college, grade school. I don't think that you kept up with this person. But I think that at a time you had such a close friendship. And I'm wondering if it was like maybe grade school. And then you got older and you kind of went your own ways. This person is coming through heavily. Which is strange because I feel like there's no current relationship, I don't think. Maybe you have them on one of the socials, but I don't even think so. There seems to be like a calling, though. Well, anyhow, you know me. I'm always like, don't go looking for old people. Don't do it. We all have these impulses to see what the ex is doing or, what that girl we were best friends in, 7th grade with, and like we got into a fight or, somebody stole somebody's whatever. I don't even know. Boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I don't know. So, and you want to see what are they up to? What are they doing? And we go looking. And then we find usually it's not even bad or good. It's just kind of like, okay. I just say miss it. Go forward. Meet new people. But sometimes, yeah, there are these moments where something comes up. And it does. I mean, I have to be honest with you. It feels like they're going through something, this person. I feel a lot of loneliness. And when I see her face, it feels very there's a blue light. And it really, to me, indicates that there is a sense of deep melancholy. Okay, there seems to be a real sense of being like deep in the sunken place, right? And so I do feel that this is one of the few times in our life where we do need to maybe reach out and go looking for this person. Look for him and then reach out or whatever. I don't know what's going to be there for you, but I think it's important. I think it's important for you. Okay, now let's see. So I feel that in this next period of time, there's going to be, we have 1, 2, 3 people sitting. We also have, it looks like a little kitchen kind of area. I do feel, and I can show you closer. I know sometimes I've gotten bad at like showing exactly what I'm seeing. But I see we have a pot here. It looks like maybe a bird sitting right up here. The bird is the messenger. We have 1, 2, 3 people over here. We have a dog right here. We also what looks like a billy club or something like that. So maybe something to do with law enforcement. But I do feel that there's a sense of really kind of coming into a more restful state, at least for the next few days. Maybe camping or communing with one another in some way, having somebody in the family come hang out at the house, a barbecue, whatever it is. There seems to be some reason for you to be around other people, but not in a way where you're doing a lot of work. I feel like this is kind of like a very chill situation, okay? Now, we have the swan. We have somebody sunbathing, it looks like. And then number 2. So, I wonder if there is a bit of a flirtation happening. Immediately, I got this feeling of being excited to go somewhere where you're going to see somebody that maybe you don't even talk to them, but you like them to see you and you like to see them. And I think that's like maybe as far as this goes, but it is really like filling you up with, I mean, good feelings. Dopamine, right? Let's say dopamine. And I think you allow yourself this little indulgence, right? And so I think this is like one of your special little things. And maybe this is kind of where that love energy is, because I do feel like for you right now, it is a sense of getting back into really worshiping yourself. Okay, taking care of yourself, being beloved unto yourself, being in love with yourself, right? And so I think that's a fantastic place to be. And we're going to do 3 lucky numbers. 41, number 41, 34, 41, 34, and 99. 99. Okay, we're going to finish off with our Wild Offering Oracle cards. All right. Today is the day of the black moon. I think it's the 23rd. Last night I was out doing my rituals, looking at the sky, and oh my gosh, what a beautiful. I saw all kinds of shooting stars. The Milky Way was so prominent. Just a bazillion things out there. I saw Saturn, my beloved father, and Venus, and who else did we see? Mars. Mars is coming up. So anyhow, go and look at the sky tonight. It won't be the black moon any longer, but the energy is there, right? The energy is there. So we have travel. Let every aspect of this trip unfold in harmony. May divine order arrange and handle every detail. All be guided easily and follow the leads as they are shown. All right. Well, Leo, I love you. I hope that you know that. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, I'm just going to say again, I love you. Take care of yourself. We're going to talk soon. Good night.